All right. Can you see my screen? So G Suite by Google Cloud is actually a suite of applications by Google for small businesses, businesses in general, and in some cases for individuals who want to present themselves and their business in a more professional way. It's made up of 12 apps, I believe. These are the core apps for G Suite. You have Gmail for Business, Document, Sheets, Storage, Drive, Calendar, and a lot more. And basically, it's all you need to collaborate, communicate, store files, share them with others, and run your business more effectively. While I'm doing the presentation, if you have any questions, please feel free to type in your questions, and then at the end, we will pick those questions and then answer them one by one. Gmail, I mean, many of us have a personal Gmail account, and we all know how it works. It's very fast. It is takes care of spam very well. Antivirus, of course, is inbuilt. Personal Gmail is free, and it's quite popular amongst all of us. Now, if with G Suite for Google, by Google, you have Gmail for the business. So you would have your email address at your company name or your domain name. You also get 30 gigabytes of storage included, and you can use several email clients. You don't have to necessarily use a browser to access your G Suite email. You can use Microsoft Outlook, for example, installed on your desktop, on your computer, on your laptop, and it will communicate with Gmail in the background to send and receive emails for you. You have Google Hangouts. Hangouts is your instant messaging application for both voice, chat, and video. You can have a Hangout one-on-one with other people within the organization, but also outside. So people you chat with do not necessarily have to have G Suite also. Once you share the link with them to join you in a Hangout, you can specify that anyone with this link can join the Hangout. All they need is a browser and an internet connection. You can have a Hangout with up to 25 people at the same time, and it's perfect for meetings, discussing projects with team members, collaborating. You can share your screen while you're on a Hangout, and everyone can see the screen that you're sharing, and they can collaborate and talk and communicate as if you were sitting face-to-face with those people. Calendar, and I think Calendar is one of the apps that is underutilized. Calendar is not just about your personal calendar, but in the context of G Suite for a business, you have the ability to share all or part of your calendar with other team members and with other people in the organization, so they would know when they're organizing an event or trying to book something on the calendar, they would be able to tell if you have time at this day to join them or not. Social network for business. So Google+, it has come a long way, and up to a few weeks ago, Google+ was not part of the G Suite apps, but recently Google added Google+ to the G Suite app, and it is your basically your social network for collaborating, for business, for sharing ideas. Like all social networks, you can decide who joins that network so that everything you post on your business social network, followers will be able to see and comment on posts, pictures, videos, and more. Google Drive, Google Drive has been around for a very long time. You can have a personal Google Drive storage account, but with G Suite you have up to 30 gigabytes of storage. It's highly secure, very reliable cloud storage service, and you can keep files there forever, basically, and Google will make sure that you have access to them whenever you need them. Now, one thing that you should know is that the storage capacity on Google Drive counts towards files that were not created by Google Apps. So, if you create a document or a sheet or a slide from within Google Apps and you store those documents in Google Drive, you do not have any limit on the storage capacity. You can have as many of those as you want. But if you upload non-Google native app files, a Word document, an Excel sheet, a PDF, a picture, etc., then of course that would then count towards your 30 gigabytes of storage. You can have access to those files from many, many different devices. So it's a cloud storage service from your mobile device, your tablet, or from your desktop. Google Docs, like Microsoft Word, but as a cloud service. You can create and edit documents from any device, and you can share that document with others and collaborate in real time. And as people are typing and making changes to the same document, you can see how those changes are happening in real time. Google Sheets is like Microsoft Excel, but it's the Google version. And again, it's a cloud service. It is not something you install like Microsoft Office on your computer or anything. You just open a browser, create a new sheet from your browser, from the G Suite. And as in with Docs here, you can share the Google Sheet and collaborate with other team members and people even outside of your organization to create a sheet and update it with data and information that you would need for your business. Google Forms is a very interesting way of capturing information online for surveys, questionnaires, and a lot of different ideas and ways of using Google Forms online. The information collected through Google Forms is stored in a Google Sheet, so you can use the sheet to create graphs and analyze the data that you've been able to capture through the Google Forms. It's very easy to design, very user-friendly, very intuitive, and you can design a form in a matter of minutes and start collecting data online as well. So once you create a form, you can share that form with, let's say, all your clients or all your suppliers or all your employees, ask them for feedback. It can be anonymous feedback, so you don't capture personal information of the respondents, or you can make it a requirement that people should, well, they have to log in, and so the Google form will capture the respondents' personal information. Google Slides, like with PowerPoint, you can create beautiful presentations using G Suite's Google Slides. It's also a cloud service. It is stored in Google Drive, and you can access it from any device. Google Sites. Google Sites is basically a website. It's a simple website that anyone in the organization can can build and create and design without having any programming or coding skills or experience. Google Sites can be used within an organization, for example, to present an internal platform for sharing information with employees. Maybe a site that you would update every day or every week with information about what is going on within the company. And then there is the admin dashboard, and that makes G Suite for Business different than your personal Gmail and Google Apps for personal use. This is where the administrator of the business manage users, groups, applications, security, and a host of other admin tools available for an administrator. Reports, of course, that are quite interesting on the usage. For example, how many employees are using Calendar versus how many are not actively using such an application. Google Vault is an app that's available for G Suite for Business only. It is not available for G Suite Basic subscription. And it basically allows the company to archive the data that they have over a period of time, which is usually in compliance with certain rules and regulations available in certain countries. In the US, for example, businesses must have an archive of their data for a certain period of time, 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days. And with Google Vault, one can actually do that, but it's a subscription that's available for G Suite for Business. Now, two plans are available at the moment. We have G Suite Basic and we have G Suite Business. G Suite Basic is a business email address, 30 gigabytes of storage, docs, sheet slides, Hangout, Calendar, so the entire suite of apps. And of course, 24/7 telephone and email support with Google Support Help Desk directly. And that comes at a cost of 26 CDs per user per month. So if you have an organization with 3 users and you sign up to G Suite, and you go for G Suite Basic, you would pay 26 times 3 every month, and in return you will have access to, each user will have access to the entire suite of apps, including 30 gigabytes of storage and a business email address. Those who opt in for G Suite for Business, the cost is 51 CDs per month per user, and you get everything that G Suite Basic has to offer, plus unlimited storage. Instead of 30 gigabytes, it's unlimited. Advanced admin controls, Google Vault, and a host of other advanced and enhanced features for business. So now there are a few questions that we thought would be interesting and that many people ask regularly. The first one is, do I need a domain name before using G Suite? Yes, the answer is yes. If you are operating within a business environment, you would need to have a domain name to be able to sign up to G Suite for Business or G Suite Basic. Now, those of us who have a Gmail account, a personal Gmail account, you know that it's yourname@gmail.com. But in order to have your name at yourcompanyname.com, you must have a domain name first. If you don't have one, then you can contact Teledata to register a new domain name, which will be used to register for G Suite. The second question is, how many email boxes do I get when I purchase G Suite? You get G Suite Basic or G Suite Business when you sign up for free for 14 days to try it out. But with the free trial, you get a maximum of 10 user accounts. So if you're looking to sign up to G Suite with more than 10 users, then you have to skip the trial and go straight to a paid plan from the beginning. But if you have less than 10 users, then you can enjoy the 14-day trial absolutely free of charge with no obligation to pay during the trial period. And with that, we come to the end of the presentation, and we'll be happy to take your questions through the chat. Please go ahead and feel free to ask your questions right away. While I wait for your questions, okay, so what happens when your 30 gigabyte storage space is used up? It's a question from Kennedy. It's a good question, Kennedy. So within the G Suite apps, you get 30 gigabytes. Basically, it's free, but it's part of what you pay, the 26 CDs per month. But individual users can upgrade their storage. So if you run out of space and you want to upgrade your 30 gigabyte to 100 giga, within G Suite in your business subscription, then you can actually pay a little bit more for the extra storage that you want. Even though you are part of the organization, you do not have to pay, the entire organization does not have to upgrade basically their storage if an individual user wants to do that. More questions, please? There's tons and tons of information available online. And I encourage you to visit our website and go to the G Suite section for more information. So Neo2 is asking, how long does it take to set up a new account? It takes probably 15 to 20 minutes at most. There are certain steps that are required to register the domain with G Suite. Gmail in particular requires some changes to the DNS settings so that the world will know that your domain is your emails are being handled by Gmail. So, but aside that, it takes very, very little time. The administrator can create the users within minutes, and then each individual user will then go in and then sign in with their new email address and their password. No question is a bad question, so feel free to ask questions so we can dig deeper and answer some of your questions and provide more information about G Suite. This is a closed webinar. It is for people who are selling and reselling G Suite for teledata. So it's important that you know a lot about this product so that you're able to answer customer questions better. Given the recent attacks on Yahoo servers by Russian hackers, how safe is the info or our information on G Suite? Very good question. The information is safe, but it is never 100% safe. Just so that we are clear, that if the information we store is on a hard disk or on a laptop that we carry around, it's also equally not 100% safe. But I'm certain that the Google is able to keep our information safer than if we ourselves individually were tasked to do it on our laptop or on an external hard disk. Google uses state-of-the-art encryption technology, and they take security extremely seriously, especially when it has to do with somebody else's data and then information. On the price again, this is a question from Joshua Afari. How much is G Suite Basic / Business per user per month in US dollars? So in US dollars, it's $5 per user per month, and $10 that's for G Suite Basic, and for G Suite Business, it is $10. But we, on our website, we have already converted that to Ghana cedis, and the price is 26 cedis and for G Suite Basic, and it is 51 cedis for G Suite for Business. What type of account, that's from Osei Afwakwa, what type of account does the reseller need when applying to the G Suite Partner Program? The question is not very clear, but I will try to answer it. As a teledata reseller, you don't need to have any special account. You need to be registered with teledata. You need to sign your reseller contract, and you can then sell any product or service that is available to sell by resellers, right? So in this case, G Suite is a service that teledata wants to sell and is making available to resellers to sell to their customers if they choose. Rhoda is asking, does it mean that G Suite cannot be downloaded until you have paid for it, or you can download it and when ready you make payment and get connected? It's a good question, Rhoda. Unlike Microsoft Office, for example, G Suite is not an application that you download on your computer. It's something that you use online. You need to have a browser and an internet connection. So you don't download anything to start with. But regarding payment, when you register for G Suite, it's a subscription service. When you register to use it, you get 14 days free trial, after which you pay. So if you sign up for the G Suite plan, basic plan, you get to use it 14 days free of charge. And then after that, if you've signed up with 5 users, you'll be billed for 5 times 26 CDs every month. Neo2 is asking, what questions should a sales rep ask from prospects for a new account setup? Definitely how many users they have. You should ask them if they already have a domain. But these are the 2 important questions and the requirements in order to register with G Suite. Number of users and then the domain name. Osei is thanking us very much, and thank you for thanking us. Kennedy is asking, why these apps from G Suite? Kennedy, can you clarify the question? What do you mean, why these apps from G Suite? A question from Stephen Soa. On the G Suite website, the cost for basic is $5 and business is $10. So if I'm also a reseller getting it for the same price, how do I make money as a business selling this product? Stephen, the question is the teledata reseller actually gets a commission to sell our products and services. So the customer pays 26 CDs to teledata per user per month, but you as a reseller would get your commission every month on this subscription. So this is how you make money. At the moment, resellers get 10% for the initial introduction value, and then after that it's 3% of the subscription value every month. As long as the customer is paying for the lifetime of the client, the reseller will make 3%. At the moment, our reseller commission structure is simple, but in the future, we may decide to offer higher commissions on certain products or services. You're welcome, Stephen. Osei is asking, can we start deploying a customer before being approved as an authorized partner? You may, except that we don't have an account for you as a reseller, and therefore you would not be paid a commission. Becoming a teledata reseller is very simple and straightforward. There are no preconditions as such. We don't ask you to pay any money or provide any bank guarantees. You just register, and then we send you a contract, you sign it, and after that, you can start reselling our products and services. So I encourage you to do that. I think G Suite is a fantastic product by Google. We in Teledata use it. So we have around 90 users, and we subscribe to G Suite Basic. And I can tell you that it's an amazing suite of applications that we all use to help us run our business. Theodore is asking, is it compatible with Mac OS? Absolutely, it's a cloud service. So all you need is a browser and an internet connection. So whether you're using Mac or you're using Linux, you're using Windows, you're using any type of operating system, you need to have a browser, so Chrome or Safari or Explorer, and then an internet connection. Musa is asking, how can you explain and sell Gmail to a prospect who is already using Outlook? It's a good question, Musa, thank you for that. Gmail is not just, Google Suite, by the way, G Suite is not just an email app. It is 12 applications that you are getting as part of the suite. And unfortunately, you cannot pick and choose which ones you want. So if you subscribe to G Suite, it's either everything or you do not subscribe to G Suite. So if someone is using Microsoft Outlook, which is an email client, it's a software application running on your desktop, it is used for sending and receiving emails only. If you subscribe to G Suite, you will be able to use Microsoft Outlook as well, but Microsoft Outlook in this case will connect to Gmail in the back to send and receive your emails. But with your subscription, you get to use the 11 remaining applications that are part of your subscriptions. If someone is comparing or someone is interested in just an email service, then they should not be looking at G Suite, because G Suite is not just an email service. It is 12 applications. Email is an important one of them, but it's just one of 12 applications that you would be paying for. Kennedy is asking, what necessitated the creation of these apps by Google? I don't know, Kennedy. I think we should ask Google that question, but I am personally very grateful that they came up with those apps. On a more serious note, technology is moving towards the cloud. A lot of people traditionally have used Microsoft Office, and Google wants to compete with the Office products like Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. So they combine the cloud with competitive products and created G Suite. This would be my thinking. And of course, they are doing it for profit. It's not a free service like personal Gmail. So a lot of people, actually millions of people use G Suite around the world. Frank, can I add multiple domains on a single G Suite account? Straight answer is no. Excuse me. With one G Suite subscription, you would have a domain. The domain is the highest level information that is needed to set up a G Suite subscription. Neo2 is asking, can where a domain is hosted delay a new account setup? No, not necessarily. I mean, if you register a domain with a domain registrar, Google is not asking you to transfer your domain to them. What Google is saying is, we need your domain information in order to handle your company emails at that domain. So if your domain name is byhisgrace.com and your name is neo2@byhisgrace.com, Google needs to be able to receive emails for that domain. And in order to do that, Google needs some information about your domain. But Google will not handle the domain registration for you. You must have a domain registered already before you can register it with G Suite. If you do not have a domain already, you can come to Teledata and we will be happy to register it for you for a fee. Rhoda is asking, I heard something about archives, but didn't get the suite it belongs to and how it works. So the app is called Google Vault, and it is available only with G Suite Business Plan, not the G Suite Basic Plan. And you can definitely, just one moment, please. You can find more information about it on the internet. Okay, so I have a huge all right, there we go. So this is the URL, and you can find out more about it from this from the Google website itself. But it's a product available for G Suite for Business Plan only. All right, very interesting questions. Feel free to ask some more. I think we have just a few more minutes before we wrap up. All right. Okay, there's a question here, or I think it was typed in the answer section, is why should I buy G Suite when Google is offering similar service for free? If you are using the Google apps for personal use without a domain name, then you should not register for G Suite. because you do not need it. But G Suite is a business suite of applications, and it requires that you have a business domain, and it is suitable for small and medium businesses. And it provides the apps that you need to communicate, collaborate, and store information and data in a highly secure manner. In fact, 26 CDs per month per user for 12 applications that are really amazing applications is a small price to pay. On that, I would like to thank everybody for attending this webinar. This is our first webinar in a series of webinars that we will be conducting, and sharing information and having the ability to take your questions and get you to understand our products and services better. The more you understand it, the better you'd be or in position to sell these products and services to your customers. Before I wrap up, I would like to encourage you to visit our website, as well as to search for G Suite online, and you would find tons and tons of information and material available that will give you a lot more information. So on that note, thank you and have a good afternoon.